Ching, 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 ching. Yes. Welcome, everyone, to Mere Mortals Musings. Juan's got a little
husky
hint
wolf.
there. A husky wolf. Yes, indeed. Today we'll be talking about HOSKY, for sure.
HOSKY.
The HOSKY, some
Not
Doge
husky.
coins,
HOSKY.
some dog coins, some meme coins, some shit coins. Today is a Mere Mortals Musing episode where we pick a topic, we go deep into it, deep conversations with a light-hearted touch. We're out here in the park. You have Kyron on this side of the mic.
You have Juan, the dog noisemaker, on the right over here.
Juan, the Doge King, on the other side.
The Doge King.
I actually
never owned any Doge.
Never.
I've never owned any Doge.
Yeah,
Zero
neither.
Doge.
Neither.
Yeah. I've owned the other dogs.
The Shiba.
The Shiba.
What other ones?
I think Shiba's
just that
lead
one.
as well. No, like not HOSKY, none of those.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And there's a lot. There's like heaps of others.
Yeah, there's so many. So many. Speaking of, I actually got dog bombed yesterday when I was out here with Pete
Dog
Dewey from Cardano.
Gotcha.
Or the Ada Oz Stake Pool Learn Cardano podcast. Dog just came like right up here, like went through my hand, walked off that way.
Nice.
And Pete was talking just beforehand about, oh, you ever get photobombed like being out? I was like, oh, almost never. You know, rarely animals come through, and then like, of course, within like 20 minutes, a dog comes through.
Yeah, say it and it'll come.
So why did I want to pick this topic about meme coins, Doge coins, shit coins? What's the difference?
Tell me.
The main reason is I'm a HOSKY fanatic.
He invested. He invested.
Yeah.
He's become degenerate.
Degenerate is a very good word. An understatement to say the least. Invested. I'm not sure I could particularly say that.
Gamble is probably closer to the mark.
Even gamble, I feel, is too strong because that implies there is some chance of this going well. Whereas when I was going into it, like so to explain HOSKY is, I guess, the Cardano version of a meme coin. So I'm going to say meme coin, not going to say shit coin.
Yeah,
so I think there's a difference between the two, and we'll get into that. And so if you think about Dogecoin, that is the Bitcoin meme coin, is what I would say. Shiba Inu is the Ethereum version of a meme coin, and I would say the HOSKY token is the meme coin of Cardano, which, you know, there's other blockchains out there. Maybe they have their own shit dog
I
coins.
wouldn't have thought that. I would have said that Shiba Inu was the shitcoin of Dogecoin.
Okay. Yeah.
I would have gone down that path.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. I had a feeling. What's it based on though? It's a token from the ERC20, right?
Yep.
So. Yeah, I would have said it was like the Ethereum version of
Gotcha.
I would have said the Ethereum people would be drawn into that because it's based on Ethereum, whereas the Doge is based off of the Bitcoin.
Gotcha.
Like he forked it from there. I'm pretty sure. What sets them apart, and why did I get into this? Well, I saw this floating around on Discord somewhere. I can't remember. I think it was the Sunday Swap Discord, which is something to do with Cardano. And I saw it and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And
I'll take a look.
I'm in a phase of looking at stuff.
Yeah, why not?
And man, it was
I'm feeling like a degenerate.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
It was just funny. It was so funny. So I got into this. I can go check my actual dates of when I first sent them.
Yeah, put some dates on this. I want to hear the dates.
So I saw it, and then there was probably like a 3-day lag between me actually getting onto their Discord and then me actually sending something. So the Discord was just hilarious, man. It was just meme after meme, and the basic behavior was like, this is a worthless shitcoin. It's zero. It's always going to be zero. It's never going to be anything other than zero. Yep. And good beginnings. Yeah, I just really loved the way they were doing it. So I sent this what day? I'm not sure if it says it in the... Oh, here we go. 22nd of November. Oh, so this was my second batch. So
Second batch?
Second batch.
Oh, my God.
I've gone back. So the first was on the 15th of November.
Oh, my God.
4:41 and 10 seconds on 15th of November. And so I would have found it about the 12th of November. I'm pretty sure it was late October was when someone just created something on Twitter, and it actually wasn't originally called HOSKY. They actually voted on the name for it. So it was originally, they had, I think they were using Cardano. And so that was that's what they were posting under originally. And then after some point they had, I don't know, maybe like 1,000 people in their Discord, maybe even less, a couple hundred. And they put a vote to it. They're like, what should we call this thing? And so they had like Cardano. There was, all sorts of like things on Shibas and all sorts of weird names getting chucked out, all usually to do with Cardano and things like that. But HOSKY was the winner, and so they created their little HOSKY thing as well. And yeah, I basically what you do is you send in 2 ADA, so two Cardano coins, if you want to call them that, to an address. And they will send you back 1.5 plus an unspecified number of HOSKY tokens, with there being
specified amount.
So they have like a table, and it's like, a 1% chance of you getting 500 million, a 1% chance of you getting 5 million, and then a bell curve in between. So you should roughly get 50 million each time you do it. So because that's the median. And
for every 2 ADA you sent.
For every 2, and then you get 1.5 ADA back. So it should be 0.5 ADA for this thing. And this changes based on how much. So originally it was the levels were like 1 billion, 100 million, and 10 million. Is that right? Yep. And then after a certain period, they dropped it down by half. So then it was 500 million, 50 million, 5 million. And then now it's at, I think, 250 million, 25 million, 2.5 million. So it's got like that element of gaming in it as well. It's like, what am I going to get? Am I going to get lots? Am I going to get less? Who knows?
Sure.
So I did that, and as I was doing that, and like they were saying all the time, like, this is like 0. It's basically they put out a white paper, but it was actually called the brown paper, and it was basically just saying, this is a scam. We are going to take your ADA. We are going to steal all of it from you and whatnot. Yep. But the funny thing is the discrepancy between their behavior and what they're actually saying, which is why HOSKY is actually... it sort of makes sense in a way. Like it sort of makes sense because they're so silly. Like they're so upfront with how stupid this is that you like can't come into it with expectations. If you come into it with expectations, you're a fool. So, one of the things is like introduction was created due to the lack of low quality shitcoin meme tokens on the Cardano ecosystem. We saw that such a great need existed, and we are here to fill that gaping hole as any good boy would. And so then there's all sorts of like funny dog related things in here. So it's like, what's the point? Memes. That is the point. If you get nothing else out of this brown paper, note this: we are here to make you doggone rich. Our goal is to make meme millionaires. And so
good.
The whole thing is just so fucking stupid, man. It's so
stupid.
For
the memes. Gotcha. Yep.
But that's the fun part of it. And as we're speaking, I'm going to be putting some of my selected favorite memes up on the screen and whatnot. So they'll be flashing through as you're watching. And yeah, so not only was I stupid enough to send them to, I did this at like the best time, which was when they first started having some technical troubles.
Nice.
Due to so many people.
Too many people sending them.
sending them ADA coming through. And so it used to be pretty much instantaneous. You send it in and you'll get it back. But for me, there was like a 6-hour lag wait. And so I was actually telling this to my family, and they're like, "You're an idiot. Like, you've just lost $4 because I sent them 2, got some, and then I did it again." And so I'd sent through one ADA, which at the time was actually it was probably closer, because I sent the 2 originally. They were like, "Oh, that's 2 ADA. Yeah, about $5. You've lost $5, Karen. Well done, you dumbass." But fools that had lack of faith in the HOSKY
lack of faith in the system. You got your HOSKY.
I got my HOSKY, so I ended up with 86 million.
86 million.
86
HOSKY.
Million HOSKY tokens.
Rich.
And so I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'd be
and
happy.
I saw like this bot was going out of control. They closed the doggy bowl, which is where you send it to for a period, because there was too many transactions.
Unbelievable.
There's actually on the...
Please tell me the price of HOSKY went up.
So the price of HOSKY, as always, remains at 0, which is what it should be because it's
So
a
it remained
shitcoin.
it remained a zero the whole
It's
time.
still. I'm pretty sure it's still zero. It's not listed anywhere. It's not an actual
Gotcha. Okay.
thing. Like all of this is based on trust.
Where
in
is
the
your
sense
HOSKY
that-
held at the moment?
So the HOSKY is held in my Cardano wallet. So
Gotcha, okay. So
it's,
if you open up your Cardano wallet, it says 86 million HOSKY.
well, yes, and then when it opened again, I, like any good degenerate would, jump back on the wagon with everyone else. And there was at one point where they had, I think it was like 1 million, 2 million transactions being done. You could see the effect on the Cardano ecosystem because the load just went up fucking nuts. And other people on Reddit were noticing, like, hey, is there something going on here? Like, is something bad going wrong with Cardano? It's like, no, it's just a shitcoin. The meme coin is going crazy here. So I ended up actually getting about another 80 million. So
wow. So 168
so
million or
I
something.
got I think it's 163 in the bag.
Okay. So you got 163 million HOSKY.
I'm rich one. I'm rich.
Holy dooly.
So that was a lot of fun. And, what drew me in was the memes. And me actually investing in it was what made it fun. If I was just watching from the outside, all these degenerates talking about $0 and posting funny memes, they wouldn't have been as funny. But because I've got something on the line, i.e. 163 million tokens now, it's way funnier. It's just it's almost like you need a bit of skin in the game to really, truly appreciate the joke.
Yeah. And this is, I'm going to give you a comparison to people who are listening to this on, like, you're thinking, okay, so you've got 163 million tokens of HOSKY. So what? Fucking so what? No, you say it's fun. Like, there is a bit of fun there. Cool. But I'm going to go back to old days of being on forums and having karma or having points to give away. There would be a time I remember being on misc.com and bodybuilding.com where I managed to get like 2,000, 4,000, 6,000 karma. Now, they were nothing. They weren't money. They were literally just given to you by other people. It wasn't monetary or any case, but I could downvote and upvote or give karma or take away karma from people. And the more points it was, the more it was worth. Now, it's worth absolutely nothing. Totally fine. Whatever. If it's $0, $0. But I could just envision, like, the fun that you could have with that. Especially if it's like, imagine if, talking like memes. What if it gets down to the path of like, hey, someone posts, like, creates a meme, and then you can give this person 50,000 HOSKYs. Because it's like, oh, that's really funny. I'm going to just give you this 50,000. And people build up this, like, level of karma, if you will, by holding HOSKY. Like, that, I think that's the layer where people thinking of coins can so often think about it like money. Which, if you think in Bitcoin and blah, 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 sure, they got value and they have monetary items behind it that you can actually utilize and has value in from a real world perspective or trading. But you could have things which are like karma, which are live in the digital realm.
Yeah, the status.
Yeah,
points,
like the status behind it. It's really like, what if all of a sudden you cannot get any more HOSKYs and that's it? Like you can't go, like I can't go and get those HOSKYs anymore. They'll be worth something to the community that uses them. It doesn't have to be monetary value, but it'll be like a fun value, a meme value of like, oh, here's real funny. Here's 100 million HOSKYs. Like, he deserves it. And it becomes like this, almost like this fun level of culture that's digitized into a token.
And people are starting to use it in interesting ways. So they're using it as enticements to join other people's stake pools, for example. So like, hey, join my stake pool, which actually has real value attached to it.
Gotcha.
You get some of these HOSKY tokens as well. And, there's definitely some flexing going on because there's guys who have billions, and to get billions, you either need to get,
really lucky,
extremely lucky on investing, and I say, like, let's not say investing, spending. You could be a billionaire with just a one-off token, one-off send when you first did it. Yeah. But that would still cost 0.5 ADA to do. But due to like the maths, more likely you need to actually spend 5 ADA to get that much. There's people out there with billions and billions. I think there's people with hundreds of billions suggesting they have sent through probably thousands of ADA to get that as well. Yeah, crazy. And so like the behavior just of people in this community is so funny. It's so funny.
Could you envision yourself at one point sending 1,000 ADA or something like that?
No. And so like here's some of the things that I found really funny. So we've already talked about the ethos of the brand paper. It's a scam, rug pull. If anyone attempting to gain from their HOSKY is almost a fool, and they should be viewed with suspicion. So if there's people coming in And you'll see it in the Discord. They'll be like, oh, so what's the current price of HOSKY? People are like, 0, as it always will be. Like, Pepperidge Farms remembers when it was 0 and shit like that. But some of the behavior is really funny and really intriguing, I guess. So I was just watching, like, obviously the meme generation and the Discord fun is the main attraction.
Yep.
Also the commitment, though. So, like, the guys who created it, and it seems like there's a small team, probably 2, but then they might have some devs working with them.
Sure.
They go as hard as they can, man. So they're doing, 5 Twitter posts a day at bare minimum. They set up a Twitter space, and this dude just had a HOSKY dog barking into it. So imagine going to a clubhouse and someone asks a question, and then all you hear is like, woof, 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 woof. It was so funny, man. Just the commitment to continually making it known that this is the biggest rug pull, stupid shit thing you've ever seen.
But, and here's an interesting one. Let's say they do that. It's always $0. People come in, they get more HOSKY, but the brand of it builds.
Yeah.
If let's just say that Discord went from 1,000 to 10,000 to 50,000.
Yeah. So let me see what it's at right now.
Memes and there's lots of things. If they had a shirt, which was like a HOSKY themed shirt with Cardano, would you buy it?
Yeah. Well, that's where it's getting to the point where it's maybe not me, but there would be some people.
Yeah.
100% there would be some people.
There you could start being like, oh, okay. What if they started doing like, how about for 1 billion HOSKY, you can buy a shirt? And it's like, oh shit, okay, here's some value now. Not directly monetary, but you start like tying it up with something like that, and it's like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you could see it at the start where it was some people were saying, 100 billion HOSKY for, 100 ADA, which was probably
a rough equivalent.
Yeah, it'd be like double, I guess, to get that. You could get 100 billion through 50 ADA by the maths right at the start. But then it's, you're starting to see people other just funny things. So they've got like your share your doggo, and this Discord, so there's 9,100 people in there at the moment. People are sending their dogs in, and they're like comparing their own dogs, and it's like, forming a community within the group of something unrelated to it, which is, how these tribes and things start to form.
Yeah.
You have people doing stuff like threatening to burn their own HOSKY. So they're like, yeah, shut up, mate, otherwise I'll burn my own HOSKY. It's like, I'll do something to make it even more worthless for me to like spite you, which will actually end up helping you. Like it's that playful humor of we're all in this for the fact that it's stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
And joining along with it, there's a lack of seriousness, which is really refreshing. People were doing stupid shit, like sending in their NFTs. Someone sent in a Space Bud, and the floor for the Space Bud price, I think, is about 1,000 ADA at the moment.
Whoa,
so
okay.
They sent that in. Now, whether that was on purpose or accident...
What do they mean by send it in?
So you can send in ADA, but you can also send your tokens to another Cardano address.
Yeah.
And so you have the option to choose if you've got a wallet with other things in it.
Yeah, but do you mean they sent that NFT to the creators?
Yeah. So
what?
So they were like, we've got these couple of things here as well. We're going to refund them, I guess, but it's hard to know. Did someone send that just for fun? Did they send it accidentally?
That's crazy.
There was people trying to game the system. Obviously, they created some bots, which were why there was millions of transactions. So some people created bots, which were just continually sending through to ADA. But there's you've spent some time on Discord just to see the
madness,
the madness and just low IQ stuff that goes on there, where people are like, oh, I'll send in 1,000. That means I'll get 500 of these. Sorry, it'd be four of that. So it'd be I'll get this many things. Then it's like no. If you do it in 1,000 transaction, we'll send you back 2, but that's like 998 for us, or 999.5 for us.
Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't do that, and well, I shouldn't say obviously, because they're acting. It's almost disgusting in a way, because they're treating us degenerates with respect, with honor. They are.
What is going on?
They are actually committing to everything. So if people are sending stuff in, they're sending it back that costs them to send things back through the network. Tiny amounts because it's Cardano, so it's not too bad.
I think that this example clarifies so much when people talk about like tokens and crypto and NFTs and it's all a scam and it's all going to go to $0. So I heard some people say that today. Actually, they're like, "Oh well, yeah, NFTs are going to go to $0."
Like the whole crypto,
yeah,
NFT,
like everything. It's all going to $0.
Damn.
I'm like, cool. All right, fair enough. I guess $1.7 trillion is going to like blow up. But I went like, this is an example here where there is no implied value. Like there's just none. Like there is already beginning and complete knowledge of $0 for most of the participants. We're all here for fun, but still a community is being built. Still, there's like fun Discord channels. It's growing. It's a growing community that's probably going to build, it's probably going to get to a point where there's going to be some value that comes out, maybe financially for some people, maybe, and it might not be from the coin. It might be from other path, like, they start a separate business that's got HOSKYs and people buy the things, etc.
Or you offer your HOSKY tokens to get people to join your community or your stake pool, like I was saying just before.
I think it's so clear that it's like, it's the whole concept of NFTs and some of this tokenomics. It's the digitization of culture and society that's leading to this right now. Like literally, that example is the digitization of culture and society. This is the equivalent of you 20 years ago, being around a group of people or like friends who you're like, oh, we're all like, we like the same memes and the same jokes you might have met at school, and you kind of catch up and whatnot, and you might have continued that conversation in Messenger and Facebook. This is just the next evolution of that, because it just allows you to have fun pegged against something that's existing in this blockchain that enables you to say like, yes, I own this and it's funny because of X, Y, Z, with no other value, that we can just make fun of it and have just some fun along the way with it.
Definitely. And I guess there's the interesting part where it's getting into what's the difference between a shitcoin and a meme coin. So during this last week as well, I had the opposite experience where I was talking with a guy actually in real life in the park, so that I had some weight to it because he's talking about it. He was talking about Saitama Inu coin, and so I was like, all right, I'll check this thing out. Maybe this is another meme
HOSKY
coin.
Style,
Maybe I can have some fun in here.
Yeah.
But the small amount of investigation I did led me to think like this is a pure shitcoin, i.e. a money grab. People are in this for the money. So with the HOSKY, yes, there might be like an underlying thing. I have to admit myself, and there's a, almost sacrilegious, I would say, in the community, which I looked up. Oh, okay, I own 163 million of the 1 quadrillion tokens that there are.
Nice. So it's like Shiba Inu with 1 quadrillion tokens.
Yeah. So there's 1 quadrillion. If it got to the price or the market cap of Dogecoin, that would actually be worth about $6,000 Australian. That's a weakness on my part. And if I said that in the community,
they'd get you.
I deserve to be treated with disrespect, like even more disrespect than everyone gets treated in there, because everyone gets treated like it's like underneath every comment, it's almost like, how you can react with the little emojis in Discord. It always almost spells penis or pernus or like, there's HOSKY, sad HOSKY token going down, and it's like just other random shit.
Yeah.
But going to this Saitama Inu, so I was like, all right, I'll look up on Google, and I'll look up on YouTube. And I clicked on YouTube, just watched the video, and then in one of the recommended videos, it was like a live Cardano event, and I was like, oh, cool. I haven't actually seen really like any live ones. Clicked on it, and then I'm watching this thing, and it's it was actually Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, a lady, and this other guy in sort of like a 4-quad panel. And then on the sides it was saying, send in 0.5 ETH and we'll send you back 1 ETH. Send in 0.001 Bitcoin and we'll double it and send it back.
Seems realistic.
Yeah. And, once again, me admitting some flaws on me, like the initial reaction is like, I can make some money here. Like, I can get something. Like, the greed just kicks in, and I'm like, whoa, oh my god, is it like really? You could just send that in? So I go to the website, look at it, and then then all this knowledge kicks in. And it's like, this doesn't actually work like that. I look at the stream more properly, and it's cut together in a weird way. There's no one in the chat. It's obviously just one of these scams where people are doing like a live stream funneling people in, trying to get people to this site, and then you send money to an address and you never get it back.
Yep.
And I'd never seen that before. I'd heard that talked about a bunch of times, and I just went, this is getting recommended because I looked at Saitama Inu. And so this is obviously coming at me from a different source, because the part of YouTube I hang around...
It doesn't show me this.
It doesn't show me this because obviously people who are on that part don't click on it. But as soon as I get into this genuine,
Shitcoin
what I would call shitcoin, this is when the money grabbing stuff comes up. This is when the scams become apparent and whatnot. So I found, okay, there's a big difference between HOSKY and Saitama Inu. And, I was trying to, that's what made me want to talk about today. There's a big difference between those two things. And I just wanted to investigate what that particularly was. And maybe have you had any...
Well, I haven't had the experiences of like that what you just explained then, but that's a good point that I haven't in particular gone down the shitcoin route. Like things like SafeMoon, things like, I think today someone was actually telling me, because they had the CoinSpot or whatever open, and there was like Breadcoin today went up 329% or something like that, right? Now, whether it's a good coin or not, I don't know. There's a lot of shitcoins out there, and I haven't, like myself, going down the path of exploring anything with video-wise, like SafeMoon or any of those other shitcoins. It's like, some people are really, really profiting off this, but I'm like, I'm not playing in that realm. It's just like, that's fine. I'm willing to, I'll lose my money in other ways.
Yeah.
But, so I haven't encountered that, but, that's totally, I could see that, like, the more you would know that it's a shitcoin is because you also get fed, like, the more risky, the more crazy things that people actually say is the bad stuff about cryptocurrency.
Everyone will be talking about the price action of it. Look at these fundamentals on this graph. Like, we've got a resistant point here. I'm expecting this to do this, and you won't have YouTubers or other media people saying, "I believe in like the long-term value of this. I believe that what they're doing here is going to be really beneficial for this community. I'm seeing it being put into action. I'm seeing people behaving ethically and not." Stabbing each other in the back or doing things like that. So I think the thing with the shitcoins is it's all about the money. It's all about how can I get some profit out of this? How can I not be the dude left holding the bags right at the end when the squid token goes from 2,800 to zero.
And it went quick. It was like whoop, straight away.
Did you know that you couldn't sell once you bought into it? So if
I've
you bought
heard about these things as well.
You couldn't actually sell it.
You couldn't even sell it.
So you were just trapped in it.
Well, there's a lot of, if you actually go and find, because I've just seen this more on TikTok videos, but you can find videos of people, on their phone. It'll say like they've got $180 million worth of whatever, but it's a coin that you have to buy it and you have to hold it for 6 days, and after that, that's when you can sell it. So what generally happens is these coins, you'll buy it, and they'll inflate the price. They'll be like, we've burned 98% of it, so now everything's worth millions and millions of dollars, but then on the 6th day it'll just all crash and it'll just take everything and you haven't been able to do anything. So it's like, well, like again, this is like very extreme. Like on paper you've now become a super wealthy person, but that's not actually within your power. And I think that's also the difference, I reckon, between shitcoins and meme coins, is that with meme coins, so let's say if they had value, monetary value, or value in the sense that like a community, it's kind of it's not like it goes away really quickly. So, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, I'm going to say it's still meme, maybe shit, maybe meme. HOSKY, it's not like the meaning behind it has gone away or the value behind it has gone away. So, Dogecoin's got some value. It's not like it's gone to zero, right? It hasn't gone to zero. It has decreased and it's gone up a lot, but it hasn't gone to zero, right? Now, again, that one has like no other fundamentals. It is just a meme coin. Same with HOSKY. It's like, it's $0, but the value of people using it as a meme and the community being built is still there. It's not like they've rug pulled the Discord.
I was going to say, here's a couple of things that maybe it doesn't have the fundamentals in terms of, well, what would you describe as a fundamental
for a meme coin?
Well, just for a coin in general. If it had good fundamentals, what would you say they are?
I would say a good community, or at the very least, good and transparent developers who create the coin itself.
Yeah. Okay. So, that I would say with fundamentals is probably other stuff as well. It's like, it's got continual development on the actual token or on the thing itself. It's got real life applications where this can improve us materially in some way. One's getting attacked by ants like crazy.
Look at this. This is crazy. I'm telling you, it's my day to get gotten.
Yeah, that's it. It's got, other things that are more... They have some effects in the real world, I would say. Things like that.
Yeah, sure.
And I was actually thinking, one of the differences with the Dogecoin, with the meme coins and things like that, is they do actually have some benefits, but they're just kind of hidden. They're not really apparent. Mm-hmm. So when I was talking with Kieran Nolan on Conversation, I think it was 62, he was talking about how him and the kids at his school in Warana Park, they were using Dogecoin to actually learn about cryptocurrencies.
Some of those kids sounded so smart, dude.
Oh, dude.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That solidified to me. I think it's something that I've asked people, and I've asked Lucas about his kids, and I went, dude, if anybody ever says, what is the future and how is it going to be used in the future, goddamn, go talk to some 10-year-old kids who are experiencing this right now. Because for them, and I think the biggest thing that Kieran was saying was the fact that explaining to them the fundamentals, like without explaining the normal fiat process and whatnot, it's just easy. It's actually an easy process for them to get it. And I was like, that hit me straight away. I was like, dude, this has to be the future. Because if you're explaining to them and they don't even learn the previous system, it is just... Yeah,
it's just so much better.
It's just chalk and cheese.
Yeah. Like, we've, I would say both have accepted that let's just say, take Bitcoin as a monetary use of money is just so much stronger than the fiat Australian dollar. Like, it just has so many better things going for it. But so crypto education, it's easy to use and it's worthless. So it not having a value attached to it can actually be a value in itself because there's no pressure. If I lose my HOSKY tokens, who gives a shit? Because they're just HOSKY. Like, I've got 189 million, like 163 million of them. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So it's a great learning experience. So, my brother, for example, he's played around with some stuff, but he still, I would say, like, I've used more wallets than him. I've used a couple more exchanges than him and things like that. I can send him some HOSKY tokens and be like, here, this is what it's like to have a token that has no value. Like, if you want to learn how the Yodai
or if you're not even in the Cardano space, it's like, here's how you can go in the Cardano space.
I sent him some Cardano the other day just to be like, hey, have some, just so you can know what it's like to be in this area because maybe this is something that you'll find useful in the future.
Yeah.
So them not actually having worth almost gives it value. So it's kind of a paradox because it's like, the value comes from it not having value. So what happens when it does have value attached to it? But this is also, good in a way because the Doge coin, you can have, you could have had 10,000 of them and they were worth nothing. But there was still a tiny amount of value. Same with HOSKY.
Yeah.
You can have like 80,000 of them and that's just not ever going to really going to be anything unless like the whole world goes completely crazy.
Goes completely crazy, yep.
Another one, it's fun. So it's got the cute Doge and the funny memes. It's easy, so easy and accessible that kids can use it. So Kieran was saying they were using Bitcoin, but the kids were losing their Bitcoin wallets and Bitcoin actually had some value to it and was going to continue to have value. So, when you're losing 0.01 Bitcoin as a kid, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's not a fantastic thing.
That's a chunk of money which, when you're playing around with it 4 years ago and then realizing now, like, oh, shit, that's actually worth some money. And you could kind of predict, like, Bitcoin's going to keep going up.
Yeah.
So,
and just to clarify in my mind, is this HOSKY here? Is this HOSKY?
HOSKY.
HOSKY, so H-O?
H-O-S-K-Y. It shouldn't be anywhere.
Because it's not H-U-S-K-Y.
No,
so don't get confused, folks. I actually looked this up myself. And I was like, oh, do you mean HOSKY? Because HOSKY went up, like, really high.
That's probably people hearing about HOSKY
That's what I mean.
and thinking...
I'm genuinely serious. Because when he told me about it, I was like, dude, this coin is just multiplied, like, 20 times. I thought you were going to come and tell me, like, dude, it's multiplied 20 times. I spent all this money.
No.
But no, so you can't find this HOSKY.
I don't believe it's listed anywhere yet. Maybe, and there's the thing. Somewhere which has 9,000 very active people... it's got 9,000. I think there was how many people were in it as we speak. There is 9,157 members. 2,145 of them are online. So
Wow.
it's not like it's a dead community. It's got
that's
people
crazy.
doing.
That's huge. Where do you actually see the number of the Discord community? Does it just normally say it on there for you?
If you go to hosky.io,
Mm-hmm.
then that'll give you all your links. So the 2 links that there are. So there's the Twitter. I think they have a Telegram, and then I believe they have a Discord link on there.
Gotcha.
Or if not, you can go to their Twitter, and in their Twitter bio, it's got the link to their Discord.
Well, what I was trying to find is just to compare it to any like another Discord that I frequent, just to see like what the level of that would be compared to like.
Oh, okay, yeah. So go to the 3 bars in the top.
Yep.
And if you click on that, it gives you, how many boosts it's had, and then it'll also show how many members are in it and how many of those members are online. So you can do that.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I dived into that, and it was just that I think that was for me just really looking. Okay, what's a shitcoin? What's a meme coin? A meme coin is one where there's no expectations about price really.
Yep.
Or if there is, it's about 0 price. But the shitcoins, like their distinguishing characteristic is people are trying to make a buck out of it, and so there seems to be just like an urgency, a money grubbing, like greed, avarice that you can just see in the words, the way they behave to each other. There's like an underlying tension because that dude over there isn't my friend who we're going to ride to the top to. He's the potential dude I'm going to offload my shitcoin.
My shitcoin too, yeah.
Just before
Leave
the
him
peak.
with the bags, yeah.
And then just obvious side effects where you go onto the YouTube, you look up a video, and then there's just random shit. And then, man, the Saitama Inu, they had a conference in Vegas, and apparently it was done like a live stream by some dude who was drunk at the bar with his phone, and you could just hear people in the background
telling me this.
talking shit and like making a ruckus and whatnot. It's like, okay, is that a genuine coin?
Is that the space you want to be playing in long term too?
Yeah, and then there's weird ones where it feels a little bit wrong. So there was another one which was an NFT project called it was something to do with rug pulls, and I think it was called Rug Pulls, and their NFTs were rugs, which had stuff like FOMO written on them, and they released I think 10,000 of these rugs.
Yeah,
and very similar to HOSKY, it was all about the rug pull being put in your face, like there's a scam, there's a rug pull.
Yeah.
But they didn't get it right. They had this weird mix where it was people were still treating it like an investment, and so the meme generation, I saw like a big discussion between some guy being like asking them about it, and they're saying like, oh yeah, it's a social commentary on blah blah blah, and then he's like, nah, that doesn't really like make sense. It sort of feels. It was more just the discussion was going along of them treating it somewhat seriously. But if someone does that in the HOSKY Discord, you are getting told like straight to your face, this is bullshit. Like this isn't a social commentary. This is a way for me to make money for my yacht fund. Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, if you send in extra stuff, it's going straight to the yacht. Like it's just there's a humor that's consistent throughout it. Whereas there's these ones where it's like middling, and you're like, is this a shitcoin? Is this a meme coin? I don't know. But
I mean, but look at the smartness of the team there. I guess like whether you like it or not, people would have sent 9,000 data.
Yeah,
more.
Well, they were holding. Right? They said at one point, because they had millions of transactions, they're like, we're holding millions of dollars worth of ADA right now. Are you people stupid?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that was my little adventure this last week. That kept me occupied for a while, and it was a lot of fun.
That's a good story. Thank you for sharing that, Karen. Down.
That's it. So, that was very good. Everyone, thank you for joining us for a Mere Mortals Meandering session.
What time is it for now? Is it time for the...
Oh yes, of
Boostagram Lounge.
Course,
what
man.
the hell?
I was
this dude was fucking on.
The gun.
He was on HOSKY World.
I was in HOSKY World.
He was in HOSKY World. Let's go for the Boostagram Lounge.
Oh, Boostagram. Now I believe we had 1 or 2 coming in here. So, jeez, here we go. So there was 2. You know what? I'm going to go straight to the Discord that I set up because I received some for the value for value. And I.
Did you?
Yeah. So nice. I've been getting some from there. So we got 2 Boostagrams. One was from Petar. So this was sent through Fountain FM. So fountain.fm. So lightning. Very wow. Yep. 500 sats. Thank you very much, Peter. The other one was Boost You Mofos. And that was 1,000 cent using Podfriends. Thank you very much, Peter. The other one that we got was just simply says Namibia. And that was sent by me last night because I was showing someone how you can use it. And I was saying something about like, I don't know. I can't remember what it was. Obviously about African countries. So thank you very much, Peter. We do very much appreciate that. And people, that's a perfect example of the Boostagram. We should have done it in meanderings, not here. This is why I was confused.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
We forgot to do it on a normal one.
Got it wrong.
Well, good.
Goddamn.
Anyway, we've done it here. So yes, everyone, this is a perfect example of the value for value. Peter values our podcast. He says, you know what? I'm going to send them through something of monetary value. How much is that? 1,500 Satoshis? That's not even an Australian dollar. But it's the message that we appreciate and also the value to it. He is putting some value on this podcast. And we can't keep continuing forever. We need your help. So please, if you can go onto one of the new podcastapps.com, search out one that has value in it and start streaming us some Satoshis. We very much appreciate it. I see it coming through on a day-by-day basis, and it fills my heart with joy knowing that people appreciate. You can also help
send you like 100 million HOSKY?
If people want to send in through some HOSKY, man, that would make my day even more.
Is that possible? No.
I'd need to give them an address to do that too, because they'd need to know where to send it to.
Gotcha.
So
that'd be pretty wild.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty funny.
I'm not.
Are you okay with exposing your wallet address?
Yeah, you know what? I will. I'll put up my receiving address. Like it's
because then everyone knows how much you have too.
Yeah, and what else I've got in there.
Exactly. Yeah,
which is okay. I've only got a couple of ADA and like an NFT.
I can move everything into that address. Move everything just so I can.
Yeah, nah. But yes, thank you everyone for joining us to this point as well. It's appreciated. There's other ways you can help. Time, talent, or treasure. So if you think of another way that you could benefit the mere mortals, if you want to help us out by, I don't know, doing something on the back end, which you think, you know what, Karen, you could do this better. Your audio sounds crap. You could use some help with. Here's some helpful advice.
Correct. If you think it's just Karen's voice, then fuck it, we can't do anything about that.
I'm going to ask Adam about that because he actually.
What, like a voice changer?
He purposefully developed his voice to become more broadcast.
Dude, I'm going to be like Elizabeth Holmes.
Yeah.
Hoi, everybody. It's gonna go
I've never actually heard her speak.
Haven't you?
Nah.
Dude, do you know who Elizabeth Holmes is? Elizabeth Holmes' original speaking voice probably was something like this. And there was Peter Attia. So you know who Peter Attia is?
Yeah.
Peter Attia had a conversation with Elizabeth Holmes to be the chief medical officer for Theranos.
Oh, shit.
A long time
ago.
ago.
And did he realize what was going on?
No. Well, what happened was he was in a conversation with Elizabeth Holmes and had the box. Like, Elizabeth had the box there. And apparently she wasn't putting on her accent then. Peter Attia was like, can I look in the box? So, and she was like, no, definitely not. And so he was like, no, I'm not taking the job. It was recommended by somebody else. But he had given like stock for it if he was to take the job. Just before the Theranos thing like broke into the media, he was like, he told his wife, like, you know, if I'd done this job, we would have been like hundreds of millions of dollars like richer. And then they were like, what the hell? And then a couple of months later, the whole Theranos thing came out. But if you want to see something funny about voices, I don't think you can find the pre, but her post, she'll do a big presentation. There's one particular where she was doing a speech and for like lots of girls, and it's interesting because she's a very good con artist but stupid. Like, she's actually stupid. So she dropped out of the Harvard or whatever university, like a good university, and it was like, oh man, she's amazingly smart or whatever. Dude, she's just really confident but dumb. Like, the way she was presenting this conversation, it was like, this is being presented by a dumb person. Like, she was saying...
So do you think she conned her way into Harvard as well? Because
I don't think she conned her way into Harvard, but I think she wouldn't have been like top level of Harvard.
Yeah. So she's not genius level.
She's not genius, but she wasn't like... So the way that she was presenting...
A company she runs shouldn't be worth billions.
No. And she was like, the way she was speaking in this convention to get ladies, she was like, you know, girls, we believe in you, and the future has to be girls in science. And like, just the way she would like put words together. It's like, what are you saying? What are you saying here? But look up her voice.
Okay, I'll do that.
She talks like this. the whole way. So, anyways, the Immortal Lights, that's it for the music.
So that's what Kyron will sound like.
That's what Kyron wants to sound like.
And maybe I'll be a HOSKY billionaire by then.
If you want to hear some smooth noises, the Immortal Lights, keep on tuning in. Alright, folks, that's it. The Immortal Lights, one out.
Kyron out.
Hey. Oh.